Hi guys, it's me, and I'm standing up today because I'm so excited about this topic. This video is for people like me.
Described by loved ones as a beautiful and confident soul, what would lead to the husband of such a seemingly lovely woman deciding to take her life? This is the story of Alexis Sharkey, who was murdered, allegedly strangled by her husband. If you are ready for the journey, buckle up and let's go. It is very surprising how some relationships which sometimes seem so beautiful and destined to last so long can be cut abruptly short and turn sour. I guess it goes to confirm the statement that there is indeed a thin line between love and hate. Alexis Sharkey was an American 26-year-old social media influencer who was last seen alive around 6 p.m. on the 27th of November 2020. The following day, her naked body was found near her home, and it was later proven that she had been strangled to death. Initially, there were no signs pointing to any suspects. On October 5th, 2021, her 49-year-old husband, Thomas Sharkey, would kill himself as he was about to get arrested by investigators. Let's go to the background of the issue. Alexis Sharkey was born Alexis Lee Robinault in Warren, Pennsylvania. She grew up in Youngsville, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Youngsville High School in 2012. By 2016, she had graduated from the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford with a major in biology and minor in nutrition and psychology. Sharkey worked for multi-level marketing company Monat, which sells hair care, skin care, and wellness products. She made regular posts to her Instagram and TikTok accounts. Her mom described her as health conscious and went on to say that her daughter loved selling organic healthcare products. In October 2020, Sharkey visited Marfa, Texas with several friends who later claimed that she appeared to be clearly afraid of someone and worried for her safety. She shared her last Instagram post on November 22nd, 2020, clearly documenting her travels to Mexico. On November 25th, she spoke with her mom. On the next morning, that was November 26th, Thanksgiving, the couple shared a meal. Now, moving to the details of her disappearance and later on, the discovery of her dead body. As shared earlier, Sharkey was last seen alive on the evening of November 27th. Her husband stated that she understood him and they didn't fight at the time that she left him. This was yet to be corroborated. He went on to indicate further that he just told her that she couldn't drive under the influence of alcohol, but Alexis refused and left anyhow. And her husband went on to indicate that that was the stalemate or the deadlock at which they stood at the moment. Sharkey, whose friends later said was usually inseparable from her phone, strangely stopped responding to messages and calls. On November 28th, her husband told family members that she was missing. He thanked Instagram followers for their help in the investigation while condemning others who said negative things about Sharkey's disappearance. In the days that would follow, he went on to say that he was receiving death threats and other hateful messages from some people. Sharkey's nude body was discovered around 8 a.m. on November 28th in bushes on the 1000 block of Red Howe Lane in the Houston Energy Corridor in Harris County. Her body was believed to have been left overnight, and police saw no evidence that she walked down that road herself, nor that there had been any attempt to conceal her body. The next morning, her husband identified her body at the Harris County Medical Examiner's office. In an interview with ABC 13 Eyewitness News, her husband said that his wife was not as happy as she presented herself on social media, and that he had been struggling emotionally since her disappearance. But then, their marriage was a happy one. He went on to say that he had been cooperating with detectives, but he ended the conversation by saying, I am sorry, I am not a jerk, I am just destroyed. So, at this time, everything pointed to a grieving husband who was broken and grieving the loss of his beloved wife. But the police were at work. About 2 weeks after the murder, her husband, Tom, left Texas. There were attempts by the police to get him to reach out for an interrogation. Several attempts failed. When Tom failed to make funeral arrangements for Alexis, the medical examiner changed her next of kin to be her mother. A private funeral was held on December 19th for Alexis, but was kept secret from her husband, Tom. On January 19th, 2021, the Harris County Institute of Forensic Science medical examiner's report determined that Sharkey's death was a homicide and that she had been strangled to death. After many attempts by police to contact her husband, he then agreed to meet detectives in early August 2021 to submit a DNA sample, but failed to do so. This DNA sample was required of him to help police in their investigations to determine who the possible killer of Alexis was. Her husband Tom needed to submit this DNA so that it would be cross-checked with evidence they had found at the scene, just so they can determine whether he passes as a suspect or not. On December 29th, police obtained a warrant for his arrest and later stated that he was the only person who had the means, the motive, and the opportunity to kill Alexis. On October 5th, officials learned Tom was staying with his daughter and her partner in Fort Myers, Florida. and made arrangements to get to him. On October 6th, at about 1 a.m., Tom learned of the impending arrest. Immediately, he ran upstairs and, in a desperate effort to avoid arrest, killed himself by shooting himself in the head. Authorities later said that Alexis's husband, Tom, had been untruthful and evasive with investigators, and that there was a history of violence between himself and Alexis. This marked the end of the ongoing investigation into the death of Alexis Sharkey, a beautiful soul cut so short. Stay safe out there and leave your comments in the comment section.